I got pregnant, and now my boyfriend's family hates me. So me 18F and my boyfriend 18M have been together for about a year and a half. I've always been really close with his family and was friends with his sisters before we even started dating. His family isn't very well off, but they are good people, and I've loved them since I've met them. He has 4 sisters. 2 are 16, 1 is 14, and 1 is 8. In March of this year, I found out I was pregnant, even though I was on birth control. I freaked out and didn't tell my boyfriend right away, but instead told my best friend. That turned out to be a huge mistake. I had asked her to throw out the pregnancy test because I had taken it at my house and was afraid of my mom finding it. Instead, she brought it to my boyfriend's house and showed it to his sisters, and all of the people around me found out. Everyone mostly acted as though it was a joke. Lots of them were trying to convince me to get an abortion. I am pro-choice, but I didn't think I could mentally deal with going through with it myself. I deal with a lot of mental health issues, and honestly, being pregnant gave me something to fight for. When I told my boyfriend about the baby, I told him I would understand if he wanted to leave since we are so young and I wanted to keep it. The last thing I wanted to do was trap him and make him feel like he had to now raise this kid at only 18. He asked if I would consider getting rid of it, and when I said no, he said that he understood and it was my choice, but he wasn't going to leave and stuck with me. Sadly, when I was around 3 months along, I ended up having a miscarriage. No one in my family knew about the baby, and it was really hard to go through alone. I was home alone for the weekend when it happened. I called my boyfriend sobbing to tell him, and he was honestly relieved. He let out a little laugh and didn't even ask if I was okay. Now I'm honestly glad it happened, because if that's how he reacted to a miscarriage, he was not ready to be a parent. I slowly told everyone else in my life who knew about the pregnancy, and I thought everything was fine. I've slowly been drifting apart from my boyfriend's sisters, but I figured that was fine, because we didn't have that much in common. However, I was so wrong, and I found out from a mutual friend that the entire family, not counting my BF, has been talking badly about me behind my back. They said I had lied about the miscarriage to try to baby trap their brother, and since I'm so fat, I still look pregnant. For a bit of background, I am 5'4" and 123 pounds. I've struggled with eating issues for years, and at one point was 90 pounds and barely alive. This comment made me go back to my unhealthy habits when it comes to food, and I've been struggling. Another thing I apparently do is in 2 faces and manipulating my boyfriend and cheated on him. I've never cheated in a relationship. Cheating is the most disrespectful and disgusting thing someone can ever do. Their proof behind this is they say they saw me switching Snapchat accounts one time. I did do that. However, the other account wasn't mine. I had let one of our mutual friends use my phone when theirs was broken to check their Snapchat. I was going back to my own account, not hiding a second one. I don't understand why they don't like me all of a sudden. We went from hanging out every day until I mentioned I was pregnant. All of a sudden, I was like dirt on their shoes. Realizing that they hate me has made me realize everything I've done for them with nothing in return. Like I said, they are not very well off. They are 5 kids with a single mother with no job. My boyfriend is the only one in that house with an income. I have gone out of my way to drive them places. I have let them just sit in my car in school when they didn't have class or felt sick. They are smokers, so I've given them a lot of vapes and other things. I've bought them all food when their mom was out of town. I've gotten them clothes and makeup and the youngest sister toys. I've literally brought them leftover food from my restaurant job at 10 at night because they were hungry and had nothing at the time. And this is how I get treated. I've never been anything but nice to them and respectful. I've never judged how they live. I have brought one of the girl's best friends a pregnancy test at their house when she had a scare, but they don't hate her now. I just don't know what I did. Sorry that this is kind of a lot. I've never said all of this to anyone and just needed to get it off my chest before I explode. Any advice would be nice.